Episode 2 of this season's the wrap up in Damma House, and delighted to be joined again by Noel Hayes today. Noel, a good competitive 4-year-old maiden to start us off today, and won by a son of poet's words, trained by Robert Hector. Valtteri, it's James, ridden by Finney Maguire.
Yeah, I'd say a few bubbles might have been bursting this, Davey. A few expensive stores that looked really well in the ring beforehand. This again was run at a real good gallop. Rob James and James Walsh's horse, who ended up finishing third, Ep.2, they set a pretty testing gallop up front. Turning into the straight, it looked like only 3 mattered. Barry O'Neill was kind of looming on the outside on the captain's word. It looked like he just had to kind of give him the office to go ahead and win it. But when he asked him for it, he kind of fell in a hole. Now, he was a big, probably nearly 17 hands high horse in the ring. He's probably...
Poet's word as well, of course.
Poet's word as well. He's probably just a little bit backward and needs a little bit of time. I expect we'll see him in the spring, maybe a bit more furnished. But the winner itself, Finney crept into it on the outside of Barry again, went for between the last two. And you know what? He actually put his experience to really good use. He'd ran in the spring and he was brought down at the fourth last in Loughrea a few weeks ago, probably as the race was just starting to unfold. So we don't really know how well he was, I guess, going that day, or what he may have done had he stood up. But he was a good winner today. And while I said turning in, it looked like it was between 3. Actually, Bertie Finn was hunting away quietly on Colin Bowe's outsider, the Westerner horse, who was called, you have him there, Davey, you King of Westeros. And he looked like a horse that did a 3-furlong breeze and got up for second, having had a quite enough ride. Walsh's horse, Legend of Touche, was back in third, and then the captain's word, fine, imposing son of poet's word, faded into fourth. I'd say probably a little bit disappointing based on the vibes beforehand. But not to take anything away from the winner, he did it pretty well and in good style, He
did, yeah. And Aidan Byrne, who works for Robert Hector, stand to be corrected on that. He actually bred the horse himself.
Yeah, that's right. The half-sister won in Ballycrystal a couple of years ago, and the other half-sister won a few weeks ago when Fogarty's horse fell at the last.
Of course.
I can't remember the name, but Brian Lawless won in it. But yeah, so yeah, been a lucky family for the breeder. Yeah.
Surely has.
For Rob.
Second race was won by Colin Bowe and Barry O'Neill with Double Indemnity, a son of Wings of Eagles, and this horse won very well in the end. No.
Yeah, I don't think there was a whole lot of depth to this race, but you can't take anything away from the winner. He was very comfortable. Barry looked in control pretty much everywhere, and he won pretty well. I think the winning distance was 10 lengths, but he was value for all of it at least. Anyway, yeah. But I think that might be Colin's 4th Wings of Eagles to win a maiden with in the last between the spring and now, I think. So he's been a lucky stallion for Colin, getting him past the post in front. Wings of Eagles. Yeah, he wouldn't have an awful lot of soldiers on the ground to do it for him, but Colin seems to have them.
He does, and of course a 4-year-old winner in Rathcannon for Cormac Doyle today was the son of Wings of Eagles.
Was also Wings of Eagles, yeah. So that's a stallion. He seems to be getting it done. If you could get more mares, you wouldn't know. Like, obviously, it's a long enough cycle in the National Hunt Game. We could be here in 5 years' time again, hopefully.
And talking about him a lot more.
Yeah, but he's getting the results for sure.
The third race, sponsored by Ballylynch Studs, was won very comfortably by Gino Bella, a daughter of its Gino, ridden by Troy Walsh. And trained by Aidan Fitzgerald at his Cobbage stables, and this horse will now go to the track, I'm told.
Yeah, this mare had actually run 6 times. She was third in the bumper on debut. She had 3 runs in the maiden hurdle, and I think maybe even a spin in a handicap hurdle. She came back and she was beaten, I think, third in a point-to-point, I think recently, but she actually won very convincingly today. All of that experience she had, she put it to good use, but was a commanding winner. Looked in no danger really from the home turn to the line, and yeah, won 6 lengths at her ease really for a finish.
She did. The 4th race, the winners of 2, was won again very comfortably, and this time ridden by Rob James, Catalini for Donegal Doyle. Very easy winner.
This race, Davey, actually sponsored by a triumvirate of well-known National Hunt faces and profiles between Ballyred and Stud of John Dewan, Joey Logan and the evergreen Tom Malone Bloodstock, who I believe is doing a bit of dancing tonight for charity.
Well, he is too, yeah.
Tom as this advert in the race card tells you, he runs a tailored and personal service and bloodstock consultancy. So anyone out there that's looking to buy a point-to-point winner or even a placed horse, Tom is the man to give a call to. He'll look after you and source that horse for you. Back to this particular race, Catalani, he seems to have been around for a little while. He had won his 2 races. I think he'd been second 4 times as well, but he was actually quite comfortable today. The favourite beforehand was David Christie's horse, Bluey's Uni course. He got a very quiet ride out the back. Barry seemed very content to hunt around, and I suppose midway through the final circuit, Barry moved him up. Coming into the home straight, he kind of moved between Catalani and the horses on his inside to challenge, but really Rob was looking over his shoulder, jumping the second last, and without having to get too serious with Catalani, he put all of his experience to good use and won by 10 lengths. I mean, the runner-up is only having his 3rd run, so there's lots of opportunity for that horse to progress as well. But Catalani was pretty comprehensive, yeah. Yeah,
I'm sure we'll see him win again. He was impressive the last day when he won in Loughrea. And as we speak, Noel, the Open is on here at the minute. Damma House of Martin Brazel's is having his first run in Opens, and Derek O'Connor rides the favourite for Sam Curlin. Chantreuse, of course.
Yeah, as we're seeing now, the Opens, even looking at the entries, I know they mightn't have all declared this weekend, but we see a lot of potentially good open horses being entered up. Wonderwall, I believe, is expected to make his return next weekend.
I think in Drummahan next Sunday.
The current champion Hunter Chaser was obviously a great winner for Rob James back in the festival. So, Sam Curling going well. He's got plenty of open horses to run, and he's got the champion to come back as well. So we'll look forward to watching those and maybe talking about them in the coming weeks and months as well.
Absolutely. No, thanks again.
Thanks, Eddie.
Will you, I know it's a week out, but will you go to the Wexford meeting next weekend, do you think, or down to Drummahan? You might have a runner in Drummahan, I'm told.
I'll go to Drummahan, yeah. I'll probably go to Drummahan whether I have a runner or not, but yeah, I'll go to Drummahan next weekend. Yeah,
I'm told it's going to be a very hot Maiden there next weekend. There's a lot of
I would expect
fairly hyped horses there next week.
Yeah, I mean, look, it's a fabulous track, and it's a great track to sell horses out of as well. So, if you do have the good horse and you believe in him, and you feel you can go there with confidence, if you win your Maiden, your phone will be busy that evening anyway, for sure. Yeah, so I'm looking forward to that next weekend. There's seems to be plenty of rain. The ground, by the way, today, lovely and safe.
A lot nicer than yesterday.
Yeah, a lot nicer than yesterday. Good to soft, maybe. But safe ground. You wouldn't be too worried checking over legs in the morning, I reckon, if you'd run here today. Loads of rain promised during the week as well, so we might see proper good to soft, or even more soft ground for Drummahan next weekend, which would make it a good spectacle. I think everyone would be pretty happy to run their good horses. It's getting to that time of year. The 2 big sales are coming up in Cheltenham, obviously, in a fortnight's time, and in 6 weeks' time again. So people are trying to get those good horses out and get them sold. Sell on the dreams.
Absolutely. No, thanks very much again.
Thanks, Davey.